out on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin straps.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them.
He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man.
You already make the big money.
He's a man.
Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there.
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like.
Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house! It's a wrap. Game over.
Yeah, this game is just getting started. I'm AJ Jones. This is the lunch break, powered by JM&E, and the slowest, dumbest internet service in the world, right here. We are broadcasting live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3. If you got a Roku streaming device, I hope it's working better than the internet I got here. But anyway, all you got to do is download BS3 TV, and you will be able to check out the lunch break and several other shows live. Good stuff. Good stuff on BS3 TV. I want to thank Ben Sutter III. I want to thank King Doc and the King Dawkins, and he's the host of Queen 3 and King, and he's also on several other shows like The Forecast. So I appreciate him. Love what the brother's doing. Love his talent. Love his brotherhood, friendship, all the way. All right, CJ, what's up? I apologize. Your video was all jacked up and was all stuck up in there. Look, it's Talk Your Team Tuesday, so I'm talking good and bad about some teams out there. Right now, the Comcast team, the AT&T team, who else is it? Verizon team, all of them. They horrible, man, horrible. You know, I'm over here in South Park, Texas, so we're known as the Hood, and they haven't brought fiber internet out here to us yet, but they got it down there in Pearland. You know, they got it up in River Oaks. You know, they got it over in the Galleria area, but it ain't over here in South Park yet. So, you know, we're going to fix that starting tomorrow. I got Comcast and one of their technicians coming out. I've got one of their salespeople coming out, and I've got my IT guy coming out. So we're going to figure it out. They're going to get this hood better. Mike Patton, touring the AFC South, got D. Orlando Ledbetter on with me for my next episode. Man, you keep killing it, brother. I mean it. You keep killing it. You keep doing amazing things. I'm probably going to reach out to you later on today and talk to you about some things I got going on with a network called SGA. The SGA, I for those who missed it, on Friday, I announced I'm the new executive of TV, radio, and podcasting for SGA TV, the SGA TV network. So I'll be reaching out to anybody interested in being on all streaming platforms, and you automatically get on all podcasting platforms as well, all for the same package. So I'll be reaching out to you, man. I'll be reaching out to you. CJ, it's your birthday. CJ. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday Look, this is an inside thing. Now, I know y'all thinking I can't sing, but for CJ, I'll sing every chance I get. Happy birthday, dear CJ. Happy birthday to you. CJ, that's for you. That is just for you. All right, y'all. It's her birthday, so whatever she says goes today. Y'all be nice to CJ today. It's Talk Your Team Tuesday, and it's CJ Day on the show. All right. Where y'all want to start? CJ, where you want to start? You want to start NBA? You want to start NFL? What do you want to talk about today, CJ? It's your show today. I dedicate my whole show today to CJ. I'm listening. See. You love it, and I love you, CJ. You love it, and I love you. So let's talk about your Memphis Grizzlies, man. I thought they were going to shock the world last night with the Golden State. Oh, she said NFL, and here I go with the Memphis Grizzlies. But I got to talk about them because I literally thought they were going to pull it off last night. I messed up. They lost because of me. Every time I watch, my team loses. Every time I don't watch, my team finds a way to come back and win. And I held on. I thought Memphis was going to pull it out. And then in the last 45 seconds, I turned it off. And sure enough, they lost. So it's my fault. But, man, I'm telling you, that series, forget what anybody else says, that series is personal, man. There's some stuff going on between some guys in that series, namely Jordan Poole, that is personal. It is personal. So I don't know, man. Ja Morant, is he gonna be back for Game 5? I mean, it should be all hands on deck because it's an elimination game. But we'll see. We will see. Dylan Brooks was trying to donate brick to Habitat for Humanity with all the shots he was taking last night. You know, when he's hot, he's hot. And that's the thing, man. Shooters always feel like they can ignite at any time. They constantly pushing that button, looking for a spark to get some shot. Because I'll tell you, on the other side, Andrew Wiggins threw up some bricks that would have helped Habitat for Humanity as well, but then he knocked down some big shots. So I can't be mad at Dylan Brooks. I'm mad that Ja Morant was out. And two guys, to me, that should have suffered at least a one-game suspension is Draymond Green. Draymond Green's foul was as bad, if not worse, than the foul that sent my man out, Gary Payton, the second or junior, whatever he goes by. But because he didn't get hurt, Draymond Green's guy didn't get hurt, that's why he got the flagrant and ejected for the game and didn't get suspended. If the player had gotten hurt, Draymond Green should be out. And Jordan Poole, I don't care what Jordan says. I don't care what the Golden State Warriors said. In that scuffle, he grabbed the man's leg. He grabbed the man on his knee. Whether he intended to do it or not, beside the point, he did. The man got injured, and he wasn't able to play last night, talking about Ja Morant. So, again, Golden State, they good. They're young, they're bold, they're brash, but, they're not above the law. And a lot of times people look the other way because that's their favorite team. If you're going to have guys miss games because of flagrant fouls, then you got to go back and look at Jordan Poole, and you got to go back and look at Draymond Green, and the league is just not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Mike Patton says Dylan's role on that team should be hit open shots and focus on defense. Let Bane and Morant do their thing. Well, first of all, Bane's got that back. Bane is just out there to be out there for the possibility of what he can do if that back loosens up a little bit, and Ja wasn't in. So Brooks had to step up. If you look back at their season, and I know you're right there, if you look back at their season, the games that they won without Ja this past year, Brooks was in the middle of all of it. Scoring, defense, rebounding, toughness, all of that. So, I'm not mad. His shots weren't out of the flow of the game. His shots were all in the flow of the game. He just had an off night. He just had an off night. And Bane, I feel bad for him because you finally get to this point and your back goes out on you. I mean, if I wish he had the back strength that he had in the series beforehand in this series because he was unstoppable. I said Bane's shooting will neutralize one of the Splash Brothers shooting. And with that bad back, it hadn't happened. It hadn't happened. Man, I got a shout out to this brother right here. I love this brother like for free. And that is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. What's up, Snow? He says Golden State equals death by 1,000 backdoor cuts. Yeah, man, you got to be on your defensive game to play with Golden State, and you cannot give them extra shots. And that's what Memphis did down the stretch. They missed rebounds. They turned the ball over. They're passing in traffic. I mean, again, fundamentals. Everybody says defense wins basketball. Fundamentals is what wins basketball games and championships. I tell you, a good fundamentally sound team will beat a team with talent 10 times out of 12. 10 times out of 12. I don't care. I don't care. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. So anyway, that's my thought on that one. I really feel like Memphis is going to lose that series, and I felt like they lost it last night. When they couldn't hold on to that win last night, I felt like Memphis gave up the series. Golden State is not going to lose 3 in a row. They're not going to lose 3 in a row. That's just not going to happen. So now we got to see if it's going to be Golden State and Phoenix, who I think can beat Golden State because they're defensively and they do the dirty work better than a lot of teams, and they're deep. I feel like Phoenix will be a good matchup for Golden State. I feel like Phoenix would be a better matchup than Dallas, and I like Dallas. I like Jason Kidd. I definitely like Luka. Man, I'm a big fan of that young squad that Dallas has, but I think that they would be a better matchup. Mike Patton said, "Turn the AFC South. They lost it last night for sure." I really think that they did. And Milwaukee, Boston was not going to allow Milwaukee to push them around for the rest of the series. Boston was one of the most physical teams in the playoffs. Milwaukee was just more physical in those first couple of games. Boston figured it out last night. I mean, they literally attacked Giannis. Giannis still got his, but that defense was suffocating. That defense was physical. Boston played a good physical game, and Ime Udoka is, man, doing a great job. A great job. I mean, out of the first season coaches, his first season as a head coach, I got him at number one. First season as a head coach, I got him as number one. I'm not talking about of all time because somebody's going to go back and they're going to take me to Steve Kerr, 73-9. I'm not talking about of all time. This season, out of the first year coaches this season, Udoka is definitely the best for me. Definitely the best for me. But that's a great series. Boston and Milwaukee is a great series. I still think Milwaukee will win it. I'm not surprised if it goes 7 and they have to win it on their home court. Wait a minute. In fact, I think in Boston, the home team, Boston's got the better record, right? Somebody help me out. Y'all know I don't know. Yeah, NBA tonight. Yeah, the Celtics are the higher seed. So it goes 7 games. Milwaukee's going to have to win it in the Gardens. But I think Milwaukee can do that. All right, I got to take a break. Let me pay some bills. And when I come back, we're going to do what I promised the birthday girl we can do, and that's talk some football. Mike Patton, don't go anywhere because I want to talk about your Tennessee Titans if we can. All right, so anyway, here's what we got right here on the lunch break on Jones Media and Entertainment, powered by Jones Media and Entertainment. We're on Roku. Courtesy of BS3 TV. Be right back. Man, I love that right there. I love that right there. If you want to be a part of the BS3 family, that's the contact information. You can get in contact with them. In fact, we just welcomed a new travel show to the family, and I can't wait to get involved in that because they're talking about how to go overseas and make money and all that kind of stuff. I'm down with it. I love to travel. Waiting to get back out there. So, again, if you want to get down with BS3, you just go ahead and get that contact information. Better yet, go to Roku TV, look for BS3 TV, download that. You'll have everything right there for you. All right, Mike Patton said Boston is a higher seed. Yep, got that. And then Milwaukee is going to win in Boston. I believe that too. And they're going to do it without Chris Middleton. They're going to do it without Chris Middleton because there's some guys on that bench that have been looking for a shot to stand up. Milwaukee is very well put together. I give the Milwaukee ownership Milwaukee governorship a lot of credit for how they've constructed that team. All right, let's talk NFL. Mike Patton, I want to get you while I got you. Last year, there were only 2 teams that won 12 games in the AFC. They were the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. Both of them were 12-5. Tennessee was the number 1 seed. A lot of folks feel like Tennessee is not going to be able to duplicate that again because of the trade of a wide receiver. Now, I get it was one of the best wide receivers in the league. Definitely one of the best wide receivers in the conference. And to me, by far, the best wide receiver in the division. But are we really thinking that Tennessee is going to fall off that much? I mean, once again, everyone is falling in love with the Buffalo Bills. They've got them as the team to beat in the AFC. They've got a lot of people got Buffalo being the number 1 seed, and then they go with the pecking order from there. And I'm literally going to use the phrase of Lee Corso, not so fast, my friends. I really feel like Tennessee and Kansas City both have the ability to do exactly what they did last season. I mean, yeah, maybe Kansas City loses a game this year that they don't lose last year because of the upgrades that Denver has made. But wait, I don't feel like the AFC South has caught up to Tennessee yet. I don't feel like that. When the Colts made the run that they did, when they won all those consecutive AFC South, every year somebody said, oh, the Colts have dropped off. They lost this guy. They lost that guy. And all they did was win the division again. I don't think the Colts beat Tennessee for the division this year. And then when I look at their non-division teams that they got to play, I don't know. Mike Patton says Tennessee will make the playoffs again. Won't be the top team in the AFC, though. Their defense will be good again, and the running game. Tennessee plays the Bills on week 2 on Monday Night Football. I saw that. But here's the thing. That's week 2. They could get blown out in week 2 and still win the AFC. Remember when Green Bay got blown out by New Orleans week 1? Remember Dallas losing to Tampa Bay? And then they got blown out by somebody else in the season. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Cowboys are toast," and all they did is go 12-5. All the Cowboys did go 12-5. All right, let me. I've got the Cowboys schedule. Yeah, that Broncos game when they lost 30-16. Everybody said the Cowboys were done after that, and all they did was go 12-5. I feel like the demise of the Tennessee Titans because of the trade of Brown is highly overrated. I really do. I don't see anybody that I would just absolutely say hands and shoulders is better than the Tennessee Titans, especially if Derrick Henry is healthy for the majority of the 17. majority. Mike Patton says Burks is going to have to be at least solid for them, and adding Robert Woods is going to be key, along with former Cleveland tight end Hooper. I think Hooper is the key. One thing about Brown is not only was he a big play receiver, he was a possession receiver. They could count on him for when we needed that third down conversion, when we needed, to get down in distance. When they needed a possession, they could count on him for that. It's rare that you find a big play receiver be your possession receiver as well. And I think Hooper can be the possession guy, and I think somebody's going to step up and be that big play guy. Mike Patton says the Titans will win that game against Buffalo in Buffalo. Said the Titans and the Colts are more even now than last year, but it's a toss-up on who can win that division. I don't think it's a toss-up. I really don't. And if I'm wrong, I'll take it. I own mine. I'm like King Doc. I walk that walk and talk that talk, and I'm about that life. So I don't think it's as close as people think. Now, again, Tennessee technically has everything. I'm sorry, let me say it right. Indianapolis technically has everything that the Colts have. They got the running game, they got the offensive line, and they've got an above-average defense. Above average. But everybody is banking on Matt Ryan being Matt Ryan of old and Ryan Tannehill being, pedestrian. Ryan Tannehill being pedestrian got them at 12-5. Matt Ryan being pedestrian got the Atlanta Falcons at what? What did that get them? Oh, but AJ, he didn't have the running game that he's got in Indianapolis. So you're telling me he's going to hand the ball off 30 times a game? Because if he throws it 30 times a game, good things can happen for the other team's defenses. I'm just, again, sometimes people get caught up in the name before they see the play. Matt Ryan is the same dude that was up 28-3 and found a way to throw it away enough for the other team to come all the way back and win the doggone game. Where were all the plays that he was going to make? Where was all that football IQ? Where was all that then? And what has he done since then? I'm not giving Matt Ryan higher level credit and pulling the Indianapolis Colts up to the Tennessee Titans. I've seen what a mediocre Ryan Tannehill can do on that team. I don't know what a mediocre Matt Ryan can do with the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going Tennessee. Y'all can say what you want to say. Y'all can say what you want to say. Mike Patton says the Titans and the Colts mirror each other very much. So, but the Titans do have more offensively, in my opinion. I don't disagree with you. And don't back down off of that. Because, bro, I just gave you a gem that most folks just ain't even thinking about. They're looking at the name Matt Ryan on paper, and they're not looking at the play Matt Ryan since that Super Bowl debacle. He hadn't been no doggone MVP candidate. He hadn't had this team in any kind of playoff contention since then. Besides Pittman Jr., they really don't have anyone in their passing game, which tells you what? You know how to guard him. You know how to defend against him. King Doc says Matty Ice is now Matty Water. Not so cold, bro. Listen, one thing for sure, twixt you, me, and these streets, I never called him Matty Ice. Never called him Matty Ice. There was a dude that came from Atlanta that was the starting quarterback here in Houston, Matt Schaub. And Matt Schaub was a stats magnet. Matt Schaub could get stats for days. But look at Matt Schaub's quality wins on his resume. Not many. And, baby, they tried to give Matt Schaub the keys to the doggone city. They gave the boy a raise. He didn't even ask for one. And all he could give them were stats. Matt Ryan, low-key, again, just me and the lunch breakers, yeah, he got them to a Super Bowl, but what the hell did he do for them in the Super Bowl? Again, tell me how you're supposedly Matty Ice. You up 28-3 in the fourth quarter, and you can't lead your team and will your team to with a 25-point lead. You can't tell your coach, no, we ain't running that. We're gonna run the ball. And what has he done since then? Matty Ice been Matty Water for a long time. I don't let media people give me a nickname for nobody. I don't. I need to see it for myself. Keith Hennick, Matt Ryan didn't lose that Super Bowl. His defense did. Okay. Run with that one. run with that one. Mike Patton said, you ain't even have to tell me about questions in Ryan. He's older for sure. I call Ryan Matty Slushy. Y'all quit messing with that man name. That boy got a wife and he got a whole family. Mike Patton, did you just mention Mr. Pick Six of the Texans match shop? Yeah, I did. Because folks forgot he was an Atlanta Falcons product. He was a product of the Atlanta Falcons. We got that mess from him. And I can't put that on Bill O'Brien. That's Gary Kubiak right there. That was a Kubiak. All I'm saying is, man, Matt Ryan, whatever he wants to be called or feels he should be called, is not that dude anymore. You know, again, folks are so quick to bury the career of James Harden. Folks are so quick to bury the career of Tom Brady and others. But I got to tell you, if you just look at the numbers, Matt Ryan's career has not been anything close to what it was since the second half of that Super Bowl. I don't know if it's mental. I don't know if it's physical. I don't know if it's father time. I don't know if it's age. And I'm not calling his career over. I'm just saying he does not close the gap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do that for me. So I think the Colts are the second best team in the AFC South by far. But I think the Tennessee Titans are the best team in the AFC South by far. And my internet is still acting just like trash. So I don't even want to take a break because I know these videos are going to play really, really bad and really, really slow. So let me do something else. I'll be right back. Little station ID.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network. BS3 Network is now on Roku TV under BS3 TV. Download today. You are now tuned.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it twice. But anyway, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break. Powered by Jones Media and Entertainment. Definitely not powered by Comcast because this crap is unbelievable. I mean, this is unbelievably bad. I should let them see what this looks like when they come out here tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, the internet's like it's got an attitude today. You're right. You are absolutely right. I might have to wrap this one up early because I do not like putting out bad content. And the internet is not letting me be great today. So, look, let me go ahead and wrap this up. I'll be back tomorrow. With Winning Wednesday. We'll start talking about the Lunch Break Weekly, Keeping Up with the Joneses, Pick'em Challenge. If you're ready to win $50 a week and have a chance to win $500 cash at the end of the season, then you want to tune in tomorrow because we'll be talking about that. Now it acts like it wants to be better. Let me get my sponsors in, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this one up early. Again, I'll be back tomorrow after my meeting. I've got a 10 o'clock meeting with Comcast, and then hopefully things will be better in here. And what's crazy is I'm on Ethernet. I'm not even connected to the doggone Wi-Fi. So this is just trash. All right, as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love y'all. There's nothing you can do about it except join me here tomorrow for Winning Wednesday. Don't forget to download BS3 TV from your Roku streaming device, and you'll be blessed. Don't forget, tonight it's Queen 3 and King, 7 o'clock Central, and it's going to be fire. It's going to be lit. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. We'll talk to you later.
Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Tuesday, May 10th, 2022, and happy primary election day in the states of West Virginia and Nebraska. Number 1. Since the enhanced child tax credit expired 5 months ago, millions of American parents have been trying to navigate their way through the pandemic without the monthly payments. Now, Robert Rubin and Jacob Lew, 2 former Treasury secretaries, are calling for making the child tax credit permanently available to families with little to no income. Rubin and Lew estimated if the current $2,000 per child tax credit were made fully refundable, it would reduce child poverty by 20%. Number 2. Frank James, the man accused of opening fire on a Brooklyn subway train last month, has been indicted on 2 federal counts. According to an indictment filed Friday, James was indicted on 1 count of terrorist attack and other violence against a mass transportation system and 1 count of discharging a firearm during a crime of violence. This mass shooting left 10 people with gunshot wounds and 19 others injured. Number 3, as more companies mandate a return to the office, workers must readjust to pre-pandemic rituals like long commutes, juggling childcare, and physically interacting with colleagues. For example, spending more time with your colleagues could increase exposure to the coronavirus, while inflation has increased costs for meals and commuting. According to a recent poll, 41% of returned workers say the amount of stress they experience has also worsened. Number 4, a black man left pro-abortion protesters speechless when he confronted them outside a medical clinic and asked them a question. He asked if the black babies killed in the abortion clinics matter, and the protesters went silent. The video garnered more than 1 million views in just a matter of hours as pro-life advocates celebrate the possibility of the Supreme Court ruling against Roe v. Wade. Number 5, during retirement, the tax burden can become quite complex. Without a proper strategy, you could be paying thousands that you don't have to. There are many moving parts when planning and maintaining your retirement income. Learn some tips in today's newsletter brought to you by Texas CPA Katrina M. Kraft. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Things are going to happen when they're supposed to happen. Be patient with time. Okay. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with the one and only comedian Damon Williams and contributor Cameron Riley as we discuss today's top headlines and more. In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, we are partnering with the Public Welfare Foundation to give away $500. For more information and how to sign up, go to my Instagram at Sybil Wilkes for more information. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.